How's it going, everybody? Saturday here. So, you guys remember, this moron?
So who's gonna tell transgender women that no matter how many surgeries they have or whatever they do to alter themselves, they're still gonna kinda look like a man?
Well, you see, there's, at least a few more, clips than I, currently have in reservation, largely just because, well, whether or not people even asked for a part 2, I was going to make a follow-up because why in the fuck not? And of course, it is none other than Lord Forehead himself, you know, the man who apparently just doesn't seem to understand that trans people exist, and, will continue to exist. And he just can't seem to wrap his head around that and just feels the need to just drag them down just because, I don't know, I guess he thinks of himself as a fucking comedian. I genuinely have no idea. But let's just get started here. I don't feel like wasting any further time, so, yeah, without any further ado, let us sit back, relax, grab some popcorn, and let's just, dive right in, I suppose.
Why is it that when archaeologists dig up human remains from 1,000 years ago, they're always either male or female, and not one of the other 742 genders?
And of course, as per usual, he's stuffing his face with random garbage, as if he had actually made a coherent point, when in reality this shit just makes absolutely no fucking sense. Because, well, there's a few different things. First of all, and this might sound extremely funny, but trust me, this shit has actually happened here, but, like, skeletons have quite literally been given, like, incorrect genders in the past, largely because, well, society and whatnot, but of course because scientists just had no fucking clue how to actually, like, label anything properly. Like, there have been skeletons of, like, couples and whatnot that were originally thought to just be man and woman, but were later discovered to be, like, 2 men or 2 women. That is, of course, if I'm not mistaken. I could entirely be mistaken here by this, but I feel like that has definitely happened at some point. But also, second of all, they work in the field of fucking science, okay? Of course they're going to be using more scientific terms, and they're not using genders, they're using sexes here. Like, that's just how it functions. Sex and gender are 2 different fucking things, and I don't understand why idiots like this seem to complain about it. But you know what? There are in fact 742 genders, but we add about like 6 more whenever idiots like this start complaining. And also third, what do you expect the scientists to do? Fucking ask the skeletons what the fuck their pronouns are supposed to be? Like, I don't know what people like this expect.
As if making fun of people isn't free too.
Well, I mean, this just pretty much lets me know his entire MO when it actually comes to making content. I mean, yeah, it's free to be kind, but you see, you pretty much get what you overall dish out, okay? You're gonna be treated like a piece of shit if you're gonna be a piece of shit to other people, okay? And that's just kind of the deal here. What goes around comes around, and of course, people are gonna be calling you out for being, well, absolutely fucking stupid if you're going to be fucking stupid. Like, that's the best way I can realistically put it. You're just an idiot.
If Bruce Jenner can keep his and be considered a woman, you can keep your guns and be considered disarmed.
But you see, there's in fact a difference between gender and a fucking firearm. I don't know if you know this, but gender is more of a social construct. Meanwhile, guns are a literal construct that can be manifested physically. Well, not really manifested, but more like just pulled out of your fucking pocket. So, of course, there's in fact a difference. Like, you can't be considered disarmed if you actually have a fucking weapon on you. So, largely because it's a physical thing, and gender realistically isn't. I feel like I'm explaining, like, shit that people would have been able to understand if they actually bothered to do even 2 seconds of Google research on this shit, but, like, it's just baffling to me how people like this even exist. And this man is apparently someone who owns a dating app, created a dating app, yet has no bitches himself, which I guess is just poetic irony at the end of the fucking day.
If you see a bulge in a conservative woman's pants, it's a gun. If you see a bulge in a liberal woman's pants, well...
Wow, I love the fact that he even laughed about that as if it was his own joke. Spoiler alert, this was stolen by a fucking pick-me at the end of the day, so it's already just considered to just be completely unfunny to begin with. But of course he's acting like this is his own fucking joke. It makes me wonder just how many of these, quote, jokes of his he's stolen from other people at this fucking point, but that's besides the point.
If the vaccine doesn't keep you from getting or spreading the virus, What the hell does the booster boost?
Okay, I can't believe I have to explain vaccines in a video where I'm talking about a fucking transphobe, but you know what? It just kind of seems almost like the two end up going fucking hand in hand. But here we go, okay? First of all, the vaccine does in fact help protect you against the virus and actually helps you, you know, like, not spread it nearly as much. Same thing with masks and, you know, keeping your fucking distance. But also, second of all, if you're wondering what the booster boosts, it boosts the amount of antibodies in your system, and if you need to know what that is, just please, for the love of God, just Google it, because I don't feel like going into a biology lecture in the middle of a video where I'm mainly just supposed to be memeing on someone who has the world's largest forehead.
It's tricky, because when I was growing up, if you were homeschooled, you were a total weirdo. But now if you go to public school, you might be with some kids that identify as barn animals.
Well, you see, sir, none of what you said is... Well, actually, the first part of what you said is actually correct, and even nowadays people look at people who are homeschooled with a sense of pity, largely because it's very obvious that the people who are homeschooled barely got any education to begin with. But also, second of all, I don't think I've ever encountered anyone who identifies as a fucking barn animal, but of course, well, this man is trying to use the attack helicopter joke, but in a different format, thinking that that's apparently going to, procure some immense comedy. Like, again, I don't really seem... I just genuinely do not understand the point of this video other than just, well, him just being an asshole for the sake of being an asshole at this point.
Stop asking if it's transphobic. Stop asking if it's homophobic. Stop asking if it's xenophobic. Start asking if it's true.
You know, I really think that people shouldn't really be asking those questions, largely because you're pretty blatant with just how much of all of the above you seem to be at the end of the fucking day. Like, at the very least, transphobic. I don't think I've seen any of the others about you, so I don't really feel like putting words into this man's mouth, but he is at least one of all of those other ones. But we should probably add on one more onto that fucking list, which is, let's just keep asking if he's just really fucking stupid, because... I feel like that's just really all we need to know about this man, is that he's just unbelievably stupid. Like, what even is the point of this video other than just him, I guess, just completely downplaying the fact that he is just, well, a discriminatory piece of fucking garbage? But that's largely where all of my overall clips just kind of end. Once again, if you guys want me to do like a part 3, I could probably do a deeper dive into the man's TikTok or anything along those lines and see if I can find some more tasty clips to, you know, siphon from there. And if you guys have any other ideas, then go ahead and hit me with those in the comments, I suppose. But yeah, that pretty much leads us right to our conclusion here. What did we learn today? Well, I think we've all collectively gotten dumber because of this video, if I'm going to be completely honest. But hey, that's going to do it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please consider leaving a like. That's very well appreciated. Leave a comment down below what you thought about the video, what you want me to talk about next, and also subscribe to the channel if you're new and you want to see more content such as this. Also, go ahead and follow me on Twitter, and also go ahead and join the Discord server down below if you feel like doing so. And yeah, anyways guys, that's been Sandy, and have yourselves a nice day.